and gentlemen, as you know, we are live here in Brooklyn, New York. March to Victory, Tier 1 Wrestling. I'm Shining Wizards Tony, and I am brought to you this time around the ambassador of the World Wrestling Network, Mr. Trevin Adams. Trevin, it's a great pleasure to be here with you tonight.
No, that's right, Tony. I am so hyped to be here. Tier 1 Wrestling, first time ever live on WWNLive.com. March to Victory. And we're getting started with the Darius Carter Brass Ring Invitational.
He calls himself wrestling's richest prize. He's cocky, he's brash, and you know what? He's undefeated so far. He's defeated Atticus Bolt, he's defeated Nutrious X, and tonight, his opponent, Mr. Fred Yehi. This is going to be something else. But of course, before we get to the action, we've got to hear from the man himself, Mr. Darius Carter.
Indeed, you can see the reluctance on ring announcer Ryan Black. Nothing unceremonious like having to let in somebody else, huh?
It's like I said, Darius Carter thinks he's God's gift to the profession. And you know what? It's kind of hard to argue against that at this point in time. Fans here in Brooklyn showing love for Darius.
Tony, you want to talk about something like the idea of having an invitational? I believe the line was casting your line out too far, and you never know who's going to bite. The newest signee to the World Wrestling Network, Fred Yehi.
And he's no stranger to the world of professional wrestling. And we are underway. Fred Yehi racking up championships wherever he goes. Like you said, the newest signee to WWN Network. Darius Carter may have his hands full for this one.
Well, you can already see Darius Carter definitely making sure he controls the pace of this match. Fred Yehi is so non-traditional when it comes to his offense. This is going to have to be Darius Carter's game if he's going to be successful.
Well, Fred looks a little relaxed right now. A little bit of jaw-jacking, understood.
Neutral corner. You're in big trouble. Okay. You're in big trouble. I got trouble. He's in big trouble.
Telling Darius he's in trouble.
He's in big trouble. He's in big trouble.
Boy, there's no lower in the dial when it comes to Fred Yehi. Looks like he's at 11 already, and they haven't even locked up yet.
Dude, and no exaggeration. And again, Fred Yehi, not only is the man always full of P&B, not only is he just 110%, he wrestled last night on a ball 56. He wrestles later tonight on a ball 57. Normally, I'd say that puts you at a disadvantage. I think if anything, it warmed him up.
Control on the back of his tights. He's controlling Darius right now. Carter trying to power out. Looking for a way out, not finding one yet. Comes up with the top wrist lock. Now Yehi trying to power his way out.
And look at the smartness of Darius Carter there. You're not going to pin or submit a man in the ropes. You can see again what I talked about, trying to control the pace of this matchup.
Trying to control Yehi to begin with. I mean, he's just a house of fire in there. I can't blame Darius for going right to the ropes, trying to get his head together. Darius Carter's been shooting his mouth off for a long time here at Tier 1 Wrestling. Wrestling's richest prize. God's gift to wrestling. Trying to take him down and working on the canvas, and Darius Carter coming up. Nice sit out by Fred Yehi. He's got the arm behind him. Just vicious with the attack on the mat. count. Comes up, and Darius wisely again.
I'm telling you, Tony, when you have something like an invitational, as much as there's the danger of who might accept, you know when you talk about a brass ring and Darius Carter, he's got a strategy, and if he can show that he can not only beat non-traditional athletes like a Fred Yehi, but as well as the fact that he made it his game, what does it say about him?
He might be rethinking that strategy at this point in time.
But if he's successful, maybe he really is the richest prize.
Trying to get into the head of Fred Yehi right now. Telling him, all right, let's do this. Let's take it easy. Trying to slow down the pace, control the match. Comes up with the side headlock. Looking for a submission on the side headlock.
One, you got to realize, too, it's not just the submission potential as well, but what it's doing to him, both physically and mentally, when it comes to being left like that. Now you can see he's forced to start playing at the pace that Fred wants, and look what's happening.
Comes up with the waistlock again. Right in Darius.
If he hits him with a German, which obviously isn't what happened, but that would be all she wrote.
And again, back to the waistlock. Darius a little reluctant to go to the ropes, but he came out of it.
Well, again, how smart was that elbow? And this gets back to the whole pace situation. By the way, how about that? I was going to make a point to you earlier that when they were literally grappling, holding hands into each other, how dangerous Fred can be with the whole stomp on the hand thing. Look what just happened.
Giving him a little tit for tat there.
There he goes.
His own medicine.
He scouted the hand stomp. I am so impressed by Darius Carter right now. And ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't figured it out yet, we're actually sharing a microphone, so I'm up in Portoni out here, which is why I can't call the action. But I am blown away by, and yeah, sure, finally they caught up with him. But this is some scouting, dude.
Picking him up now, taking Darius Carter into the corner. Serving up the first plate of chops here in Brooklyn, New York tonight. The crowd letting Fred know they're appreciative of the beating he's laying on Darius Carter at the moment. Now there's a difference between strategy, trying to get the upper hand, and just bailing out of the ring. Darius Carter way beyond frustrated at this point. Fred Yehi taking him, and Darius introduces him to the post on the outside. Still trying to get in control here. Referee laying on the count. Darius now in control, slowing things down. Trying to take Fred Yehi off his game plan. And he's going to introduce him to the corner again. He's just squeezing him against that post, Trevin.
Yeah, and actually, so this is an interesting question, and I see the referee made the call. I've always been confused by that. When you're outside the ring, yeah, there's the count outside the ring. He's breaking rules, but are they breaking rules outside the ring? Should there be a 5 count on that?
There would be too many counts to count. Pardon the pun, Trevin.
Well, our referee decided which it was, right?
Darius Carter with 3 lateral presses in a row. Trying to wear Fred down. And a stomp again.
Who's wrestling's richest prize now?
Might even be better. Let's go over this way. I'm see the other side here. I mean, you can see and I can see. There you go. This is better. Can you see?
Yeah. Darius Carter once again in control with Fred Yehi coming back. And he loves the stomps, going back to what's working. He's got the waist lock. Looks like he wants to go up. Carter comes down. Big boot countered. And again, taking out the limbs. And there we go. Going into the Germans, and the crowd's eating it up. Hooks him for a second one. Fred Yehi dropping him on his head.
Like I said, once he gets started with that, it's going to be all she wrote. Darius Carter's going to have to change the pace again. Maybe he has.
Fred just working on every single body part that he can. Look, we got the pump handle. Pump handle driver. The crowd loving it. Hooks the inside leg. And Darius manages to get the shoulder up at the last possible second. He's in a world of trouble, Trevin.
Wait, and it's interesting, too, because this whole argument about him hearing about Yehi signing and claiming he deserves some credit for it, well, you know, what better way to show that you belong to be unseat a guy who just got signed?
Oh, Darius coming out of it. Almost a slap, looked like a thumb to the eye there. Referee on him for that.
Hey, but you know what? No disqualification. Oh, what a great block. Here we go with the stomp, man. Blocking the chop. There goes your toes.
You can't help but smile at something like that. Went for a discus, and it looks like they banged heads there with a huge impact. Fred swinging at nobody, and Darius Carter with the lung blower. And there it is.
That's all she wrote. I cannot believe it. Darius Carter out of nowhere.
In the foreclosure, this one's over and done. And the brass ring stays with Darius Carter.
And the